I went to an emergency room that turned me away because they didn't collect evidence there. They didn't provide rape kits. I went to the police, who ignored me, left me waiting in the lobby for hours. They didn't investigate. I met with prosecutors who victim blamed, said it was my fault. They didn't test my kit. They didn't investigate.
Leah Griffin was raped in 2014. Her rape kit was one of thousands that sat untested in Washington state. Hers took 9 months. For others, it has been months, years, and even decades. Now an outspoken advocate, Leah won't stay quiet while others wait for the justice they deserve.
With every possible privilege I could have, if I can't get anything that comes close to justice, then nobody is. Our entire system is broken.
Broken, but under repair. Along with other survivors, Leah has shared her story at the state capitol on the importance of clearing the rape kit backlog. On April 23rd of this year, Washington State Governor Jay Inslee signed Second Substitute House Bill 1166 into law, a bill championed by a bipartisan team of Representatives Gina Mossbrucker and Tina Orwell.
Well, this bill does many things. It makes sure that we have the funding we need to finish the work. It makes sure that the statute of limitations is extended. It makes sure that you can't destroy the kits anymore. It basically takes the last pieces we need to be a zero backlog rape test kit state. So it's a very important bill.
Washington State Patrol says there are more than 10,000 sexual assault kits waiting to be tested. Of those, more than 6,000 date back to 1982. Testing is the responsibility of the Washington State Patrol.
We're just trying to learn. We just want to know what we can do from our perspective to help this process along.
Part of the challenge is lack of awareness, not only from the public, but also from law enforcement and representatives on both sides of the political aisle.
And 4 years ago, I didn't know how important it was. I didn't know what was going on. Before I got in this position, I had no idea.
You know, back in 2015, I was touring evidence rooms and I started seeing these white boxes and they were stacked to the ceiling. And I asked, what are these boxes? And they said they're sexual assault kits. And I asked, have they been tested? And they said, no, most of them have not. And I went to my car that night and I just started crying. I thought, all these survivors, they thought we had tested their kits. And everyone was someone whose voice wasn't heard, who didn't have justice. And that's when we started working on it as a state. And we discovered we had almost 10,000 untested kits.
This is a priority. You know, when the state of Washington does something incorrect, you know, people that represent the state and represent the people, we have to fix it. We have to apologize. We have to make sure that it never happens again.
This is not a new problem. This is something that has persisted for decades, and survivors have been screaming and railing against it for decades.
We don't want people to be able to feel comfortable doing that crime, because here's the thing. Bad guys, they watch TV too. And when they know we've got 10,000 kits backlog, they're like, I'm good. Probably for about 10 years. I did mine a long time ago. It's probably not going to be one of the priorities. It's not going to be one of the things they're going to be looking at. That's no good, because that means, yeah, they know maybe they left their DNA. They have a long time to do their bad deeds before we come after them.
And without a good test, without that DNA done correctly, then the perpetrator walks and likely reoffends, because rape is a serial criminal offense.
Are you ready?
This isn't just a Washington state issue. It's a nationwide problem that's been recognized in mainstream media, like on the ABC television series Grey's Anatomy. The show took on the challenge of walking viewers through the multiple steps of being subjected to a rape kit.
The exam is very detailed. There's over 15 pieces of evidence that you need to collect, forensic evidence.
For the victims, submitting to the rape kit testing can be as dehumanizing as the sexual assault itself. To support victims, WSP has launched a new statewide tracking system. It empowers survivors with increased transparency of the testing process and where their kit is in the system. The process is complex, and the volume is overwhelming.
We have 250 kits coming in a month. We only process about 237 kits per month. Well, you can tell there's a gap there, and with every single month, that's going to put us further and further behind.
House Bill 1166 provides the funding to upgrade facilities and hire more forensic scientists to test kits more quickly. The high-throughput lab will be built in the Washington State Patrol Lab located in Vancouver.
That starts the process of being able to get things done a little bit faster, but also when you will build that lab out, we have more spaces for more scientists to work. That's going to improve the number of kits we can actually process per month.
For victims like Leah, House Bill 1166 and the increased awareness to the issue of timely rape kit testing are a first step to a much longer journey.
I think that there's a lot of work left to do. We still have to convince the court systems to prosecute rape. We still have a system where 7 out of 1,000 rapes result in the perpetrator spending a day in jail. There's a myriad of reasons for that. We need to change the culture so that survivors feel safe coming forward. We need to train prosecutors to not victim blame. We need to train the judiciary so that they know what the law around sexual assault is. We need to make it easier to extend sexual assault protection orders. There's a lot that we can do to fix the system.
There's a commitment to get the work done, but first comes an apology and a promise.
I'm so sorry we didn't test your kit. But you know what? Moving forward, we will. And we will make sure your voice is heard, and that we will seek justice for you, and that this never happens in our state again.
With the proposed $13 million of funding, the real work begins, which includes providing faster results to prosecutors and the statewide tracking system, and clearing Washington's entire backlog of rape kits by December 2021. One kit at a time.